I will switch to gameplay. I'm here alone today, as quali is already underway. I think the stream is ready. Okay, so I'm a bit late, but the quali has started. The current times are a 105 by Junior, a 103 by Nice Death Rage, a Liquid Cooler with a 105.9. Some competitive times are going to be here soon. I think Leopard is not on a lap right now. Oh, he does get a did get a purple sector, but I think he aborted that lap earlier. I think Nice Deathridge is on a lap. Green in the second sector as he corner cuts and ruins his lap. Only 3 minutes left now. Is there any driver? Should we look at Leopard, who I thought just went wide and did set a red sector 1, and Magnificent goes up to P9. Sorry for the inconvenience, I'm still busy with chat at the moment on Discord. And Colab is on a lap with 2 green sectors. He is P6 currently. He has driven as Leopard goes to P3. What I was about to say, Colab has driven in Asia Cup earlier today. Has a bad last corner there. I don't think he will be able to improve. He might though. He does. He goes to P3. Very close times between the top 3 all the way down to the top number 6. Not the fastest time. I thought we would have seen a 04 by now, as Junior improves on his own time, as that's a 105.145. Oswald goes to P10. Meanwhile, I think Liquid Cooler's also on the lap with a red sector 2 and a green sector 1. He goes to P2, only 2 tenths behind Junior. We might have another commentator joining us in a second. And I think Nice Deathridge is again on a lap, starts with a green opening sector, and destructively for Latin Racing goes to P7. Let's see, will he be able? He gets a purple sector 3. This looks like a good lap so far for him. There's a bit of traffic, goes a little bit wide. There's Francisco in front of him. Will he be able to nail sector 3? It's very good corners. Shoots it a little bit wide, but that shouldn't compromise his lap just yet. And he goes to pole, 105.1. He takes pole by 36 thousandths of a second as APK goes to P11. I think Choppy is going to cross the line any second. He is on 2 green sectors, currently P6. Will he improve? He does not improve. Sector 3 not good enough for him. As we have, I think it's Leopard who is setting 2 green sectors for himself. Not far away from P4, but from P4 all the way to P3 there's a huge gap of almost 4 tenths. Will he be able to come over that gap? He will not get to P3, but he does get a P4 on 5 tenths of the leader. No, as I think that's destructively Lord Mewtwo crossing the line to start their hot lap, the last hot lap. Then we have So more drivers coming over the line. As Colab disconnects from the server, it's not great. And Junior goes into the pit and he will not get another lap. He will stay on P2 for now. And its Mitia is also improving, green in sector 1. Goes red in sector 2, no improvement there. As Leopard is aborting his lap, was not good enough. Will Tia be able to improve? Goes really wide there, takes the corner cut. And it doesn't, oh wait, actually his landed race, who we are on board with now, is improving, currently P9. Doesn't have to gain much, he can go all the way up to P6 easily. He does go to P6.
Mewtwo got stuck in the wall. Yeah, he got stuck in the wall.
As Wolf has joined us for the end of qualifying and the start of the race.
Yeah, that's a little unfortunate. He was green in the first sector, but then he went down in the second sector. So I don't think that was gonna be an improvement unless if he, almost matched his sector 2. But we have nice Death Ridge with some pole again. Can he get his hat trick of maximum points? Yeah, we saw we saw Mark take his hat trick of wins in the EM Cup the day before. So yeah, let's take a look at the tire strategies. There's a couple of drivers, I think mostly are going on to the medium compound tires. So
let's look at the tire options. Junior goes to hard. Both Envision cars are on the hard currently. Nice Death Rage is currently not spawned in. I think he will go to the hards. As most drivers have chosen for the mediums, especially in the midfields. Nice Death Rage did go to hard.
Okay.
Mewtwo barely makes it in on time. Magnificent is
now
in.
We're gonna have 5 red lights.
Magnificent has a bugged camera. 4 red lights, 5 lights.
And 5 red lights, and we are
underway
here for round 3 of the Rookie Cup. It's a very clean start for everyone, but nice Death Freak. He most likely will get the whole shot going to turn 1 unless he makes a huge corner cut. No, he does
Liquid Cooler is completely off track.
Yes,
he has not prepared for the race with all this slipstream, and he has gone miles off track, lost 7 positions, and landed race is up into P3. He went from P9 to P6 in qualifying, and now into P4 and fighting for P3.
Yeah, what a start by Landed. He looks like he has made the most progress here in lap 1, and the AP8 gets the fastest first sector. But that was a horrible first sector for Tia. He lost. Oh no, he just recovered. So yeah, Tia's making a good recovery. But yeah, some drivers went extremely wide at the exit of turn 1 and the missing turn 2 as well. So yeah, not a great start for those that went extremely wide.
Leoparder with a purple sector 2, the fastest there at the moment. Purple sector 1 was by APK. As juniors, that's the current fastest lap. It will be taken by APK8.
Yeah, so yeah, I saw Landed go slightly wide on the exit of the final corner, so that was not a great corner. He goes slightly wide again, and that is going to cost him maybe half a tenth or a tenth maybe. Whoa! Someone just skipped the corner. I think that was Choppy. We tried to overtake his teammate, but I think he outbraked himself. So yeah, many drivers here in the Rookie Cup outbraking themselves, but it is the Rookie Cup. It is
AP8 having a good recovery. The first stretch of people the train goes all the way from P1 to P9. There's a big enough gap forming there, but as I say, that Liquid Cooler has caught up back, so the train ends at P12. Most of the drivers are still in it, as Landed Race barely hooks on back to P4. I think that gap will extend later because Nice Death Rage goes for the fast lap and 05.8.
Yeah, Landed Race still in the slipstream, only 1.3 seconds behind the Leoparder as a collab. And oh no, it looks like everyone's battling. The top 4, they're all battling. battling for the lead right now. Lander could join if he doesn't make any mistakes, if he keeps his
Yeah, in the top 5,
consistent form.
only Collab is on the medium tire here. And he isn't in P1, so that is not the best situation for him. Ideally, he would be P1 right now, but he can't get those medium tires up there.
Yeah, I think he's in a slipstream train, so that's why he's not getting past. That's why it's not getting past. Look, it goes very, very wide.
Landed now out of the slipstream, and I don't think he can catch up as the drivers in front of him get slipstream all the way from P1.
Liquid cooler, yeah, he's fastest through the second sector, so yeah, that could be a faster step for Liquid Cooler right there. I think we saw. I think Liquid Cooler. I think the previous lap he got a fastest first sector, but I don't think he got that fastest lap.
He does
No,
not
he doesn't get
get
that
it.
fastest lap.
He might have been very close, but not close enough to get it. Junior is kind of losing death rage in that sector 1. He lost a few tenths, especially in turn 1. A lot of positions changing. Liquid Cooler up into P6, P5 actually overtakes both of the Camino cars, I think that is. No, the Trucano cars. To get P5.
Nice death rage, really wide. Yeah, really wide, but nice death rage. But he didn't get any corner cut, so that is a nice save by nice death rage. But but still not over for nice death rage, as he has to keep crazy collab and Leopardo behind him.
Yeah, from P4 to P5 there's now a big enough gap that it's not easy to overbridge 2.5 seconds. Leopardo needing to stay with Collab if he wants to get into the podium positions. Collab on those medium tires will not have anyone to go with after he pits. Those medium tires are gonna last about 10 laps less than the hard tires.
Yeah, Leopard, he's losing time to the top 3. So that is not ideal for Leopard as he goes wide through at the end of sector 1. So he's already out of the slipstream ring.
Junior,
and that could affect his race.
Junior gets a great dive on the entry of sector 2 there. Loses a bit through the fast left-hander. And now 6 tenths behind 5 tenths as we enter sector 3. I don't think Junior is quite fast enough to be able to overtake Nice Deathridge, but he should be fast enough to stay with Nice Deathridge if he doesn't make any major mistakes.
Oh, he gets a good run. He gets a good run through the final corner. Now he's going to be all over the back of Nice Deathridge. He's already half a second now. The gap has gone down by 2 tenths. Now 4 tenths is the gap. But I think going to turn 1, Nice Deathridge is going to get the better of Crazy Junior.
As something has happened to Leopard because he's now 2.3 seconds behind Collab. He lost about 1.3. That makes a probable cause that he has corner cutted somewhere on track.
No, he went wide. I think his pace suddenly started to drop off. So that is not, so that's not good for Leopardo. But now on to the battle for the lead right now between Nice Deathridge and Crazy Junior. I think they're both title rivals in the Rookie Cup. So this is gonna be very, very interesting to watch. As Nice Deathridge, he's still keeping Crazy Junior behind. He's trying to maintain that gap so that he could run away with this victory.
Leopardo might hope that Liquid Cooler doesn't get too close, or he might actually like that he will get closer, because if Liquid Cooler overtakes Leopardo, catches up to Collab, that would be massive if Leopardo can catch back up to the top 2 and maybe even top 3. Collab has lost the slipstream to the top 2, kind of unexpected actually, because he is on the softer tires, the medium tires of course, dropping off at around lap 10, and it's only lap 7, so he does not have the pace on those tires. Leopardo did get back into the slipstream range of Leo. I'd almost say that Collab has made a mistake somewhere earlier this lap, as destructively drops 2 places all of a sudden from P9 to P11 now. both Trucano cars fighting for the P6 position with Sir Oswald. They can get some great points for their teams if they finish like this on 6 and 8. Choppy with
Yeah,
a slightly wider line.
yeah, very wide. Now landed in the Sir Oswald, they are going side by side, but who's gonna get the better? But who's gonna get a better turn one? Looks like Sir Oswald is gonna get a better turn one. Sir Oswald almost gone to the corner cut, gone to the corner cut area there, but that is a good
As the
turn 3 and 4
fight for
S.
P1 is back on, 4 tenths between the two of them. 6 tenths now as they go through the fast right-hander in sector 2. Very important corner to get right, not going too wide. And then
Yeah, nice step for he's breaking the toe.
here a very tricky corner. Going wide doesn't lose you too much, but being too early will lose you a lot of time here. 9 tenths now between the two of them as they go through the final corner.
Yeah, I
Junior
think
with the slipstream.
all the way to the right, nice step for each. He's trying his best to break the slipstream from Crazy Junior. You do not want to give your rival away. I mean, you do not want to give slipstream away to your rival. So yeah, nice step for each. He's doing well break to break the slipstream.
Leoparder
So
has
that
made a corner cut, I think. He has lost 7 tenths to Collab. He was 5 tenths behind him and now he's 1.3 seconds.
now
Not
outside the
great.
slipstream range. Yeah, he's outside the slipstream range for a moment there, but he has quickly gained back all the time that he lost in that corner cut.
Now we have to fight for P9 between AP8 and Destructively Antia. Also magnificent 1.3 seconds behind, 1.2. Will he be able to stay behind and maybe gain some positions for a lot of valuable points? Leoparder has gained back the time that he lost. 8 fans now as they go onto the straight. He gets slipstream down to turn 1. I don't think he will be able to cross back all the time that he lost to Junior and Nice Deathridge up in P2 and P1. 6 tenths now as they enter the double hairpin. Really tricky corner as we have the first person who pits, Remu, has
Ran into
crashed
the
the
wall.
car into the wall.
Yeah, he's crashed the car.
He is
Yeah,
completely
it's
stuck.
really. Yeah, it's really
That's
normal.
race
It's pretty
over.
common to. Yeah, that's race over. It's pretty common to get stuck in the wall.
It's a tricky
In
corner, and
Constone.
we have seen
Yeah,
multiple cases of where something happened at this pit entry.
yeah. We had JT. We had JTSF1. Stuck in the wall in season. Like 2 wheels up in season 4, and then myself getting stuck onto the wall.
We had some big
Other than in
incidents
the F
here
Cup.
this week as well. As Dud in EU, he went into the pit lane on accident. Super GT in America went into the pit lane. No, he barely missed it twice. And in Asia, we had Pro Bono who also went into pit lane on accident.
Yeah, so Konstantina the pit entry is not okay. Yeah, I would say that the final corner is actually not that easy to get past, because if you go wide, you could potentially be stuck in the wall, go into the pit lane. That could get your race ruined. So yeah, you really need to mind your so you really need to mind that steering of yours through the final corner here at Constone.
Francisco in the
Oh,
pit now.
Francisco.
He's the
Yeah,
last person on the grid right now.
yeah,
I
he just
think he
rammed
will
into the
hold
wall.
up the leaders if he exits pit at this point.
Yeah, I did. I just saw Francisco just ram into the wall. So
Yeah,
yeah, I don't know
Francisco
what he was doing
now
there.
leaving the pit. He will get blue flagged a couple of times as he exits the pit right in front of Liquid Cooler, I think that is. Let's look at Leoparder. 9 tenths to collab. He can't seem to get past on these hard tires. Colab will probably pit in 2 to 3 laps on lap 14, 15, or maybe even 16 if he can extend it that long. Hard tires are, according to most drivers, the hard tires are the better tires to be on. You feel more comfortable driving on them, as Leo goes really wide and loses a lot of time.
Yeah, so it's not looking good for Leopardo right now. Yeah, he's currently 1.3. He's barely in the slipstream range of Kolab. So, yeah, Leopardo, he's got to,
As
make
Choppy
less
on P8
mistakes.
has lost all the connection, lost 4 seconds to land it, and is now being caught for the battle of P9, which now becomes the battle of P8.
Yeah, so that might have been a lag issue for Choppy. As he makes that corner cut, that could get Tia into the battle for P8 as he is in the slipstream range. Now it's 1 second is the gap right now.
Nice Deathridge going wide on the exit of the hairpin. Loses a bit of time. Junior now 3 tenths behind as we enter the quick left-hander. Junior can't catch up. These hard tires are bad at overtaking later stages of the race.
Yeah, Junior lost a lot of time then through the fast right-hander.
Keeps it clean, but does lose too much time because of the dirty air he's getting. Eight tenths behind now as they enter the straight.
Yeah, he's
as
trying.
I haven't noticed, but
Oh.
Hoosier Trey has also disconnected from the race a few laps ago.
Yeah, that's unfortunate for Hoosier. But now back to the battle for the lead. Looks like we have a couple battles going on. It's
AP8 pits in lap 14.
and AP8 just messed up his pit entry. So yeah, not ideal.
It's unfortunate. As it's Meteor gets a box call from the team. Fighting for P8 now, as well, actually for alone in P9, as he was close to Choppy but suddenly lost nearly 3 seconds.
Oh, Tia had a really bad line through there.
Yeah. Let's go back for the fight for the last podium position. Leopardo is right on the back of Colab as Colab goes into the pit. Let's see if Colab gets a good pit. Colab slightly slow in, but he's on the hard tire, yes. Liquid cooler also coming in. And Choppy from
P as well.
Liquid cooler slightly misses his pit box a little bit too early. Goes to the hard tires, and Choppy, good pit stop. Tia also gets a good pit stop. They all go to the hard tires. Destructively and Panda, the only people left on the medium tires. As the gap from Leopardo to Junior is now 8 seconds. As I say it, Panda goes into the pit lane, also from the medium tires, will go to the hard. Destructively then the last person on all the tires. As I think Nice Death Rage made a corner cut in Sector 3. And they have a lapped car right in front of them, which is not moving quite yet. Goes a little slow, trying to keep his own race alive. Nice Death Rage gets past Mewtwo, and Junior is also being led past. And they both make it. Neither of them lost a lot of time doing it. So. And destructively, the last person on the medium will now pit for the hard tires as well. He's driving in the points at the moment for Latin Racing, a team who is very well known for not getting the most points every weekend. So every point they can get is very good. As I think destructively exits the pit in a battle with AP8. both entering turn 3 here. And most of the field has been spread out significantly, so the only real battles are here at P11 and P1. Junior only 5/10 behind. I don't think he is able to get past even though he's sketching. Nice Deveridge got a really bad run actually. Junior only 2/10 behind. 1/10. Will he get a better launch into the right-hander here? He does not. As Liquid Cooler, he gets the faster lap at 05.8. He barely improves on the time from Nice Deveridge, I think it was. And Junior has lost all the time he just made up from the bad exit of Nice Deveridge. 6/10 behind again. Nice Deveridge with that better consistency through Sector 2 that Junior can't seem to keep up with. Approximately 8 laps left on these hard runners, the first hard runners. I don't think anyone else will make a 2-stop here, as AP8 has his controller disconnected and is in the wall. I think he has front left broke and an MGUJ failure, as we see Tia making a corner cut. Junior now nearly a second behind. Lost a lot of time instead of gained. 8/10 now through sector 2, the sector where he has had the most difficulties so far. Loses another 2/10, now a second behind. Really careful here for the right-hander on the back straight here, entering sector 3. And Junior corner cuts, and I think he will lose the slipstream from Nice Deveridge. 1.4 seconds, he's barely in, but I don't think he will stay in. 1.5, 1.7. He will not stay in the slipstream range and has lost it. He is not under that 1.5 second, as he now actually had the slipstream. Nice Deveridge, probably a bad last turn. And the battle for P6, as it's between Collab on fresh tires and landed on older hards. No one really benefiting from it behind them, as Landed does make a corner cut, which will probably make sure that Collab drives away on those new hards. Collab still looking to fight for the podium positions, hunting down Oswald in P4 on 2 seconds. As it stands, he will be far ahead of Leoparder, who is fighting for P3. It will be difficult for him to get back into the fight for P1 and P2. He needs to gain around 6 seconds to do so. Junior out of slipstream range, they cross the finish line. 1.6 seconds, not enough to be in a slipstream range. Really has to do some good corners, or has to hope that Nice Deveridge gets a corner cut to catch back up. Because, like I said earlier, I think Junior doesn't have the pace without a slipstream to stay behind. 1.7 seconds, entering sector 2. Gets a decent line, 1.8 now. Also does not feel the effect of dirty air as much anymore, as he's pretty far behind. Nearly 2 seconds now. As the battle for P4. Collab is catching up to Oswald, 6/10 of a second. And in front of them is Mewtwo, who is lapped traffic. Will Collab pass this lap already, or will he be able to fight for another lap? Gets a really good run through sector 3, and I think he's ahead already. Yes, he makes a clean pass and stays ahead. Now gets the slipstream from Mewtwo. Magnificent at the moment, catching up to Choppy. Choppy has a really bad run. He started off really strong, but at around lap 14 he dropped off significantly. He was right behind his teammate landed race and now is 13 seconds behind. So I've made a lot of mistakes which granted Magnificent to catch back up. And Magnificent, as I say, at corner cuts, although Magnificent hasn't stopped yet, Landed also hasn't stopped and Choppy has stopped. Landed, Race, Magnificent and Mewtwo still have to stop, and the entirety of the top 3. As Mewtwo gets a blue flag. Junior now losing even more time, 2.5 seconds, can't keep up. Any battles going on. Everyone still on the hard tire. Let's look at Liquid Cooler, who's approaching Oswald. Oswald hasn't shown the strongest of defense, but he has a decent pace for his level. Currently P5, but he hasn't stopped yet, so if he pits now, he will probably drop down all the way for the fight in P10. Liquid Cooler for Mogus Racing, wanting to get the top 5 finish at least. Hoping to even get a 4th. 3rd seems unlikely. And we have approached the 2/3 mark of the race. I'm expecting the first hard runners to start pitting next lap. Oswald giving Liquid Cooler the slipstream down the main straight, which will gain him about 4/10. Clean through turn 1. As I think it's Francisco who will get a blue flag soon. Tia behind him. Mewtwo and Francisco both driving in the middle of nowhere at the moment, as Panda on the last point position will try to keep on it and is gonna be lapped anywhere soon by Nice Death Rage, who is about 8 seconds behind. Does anyone pit this lap? I don't think they will pit quite yet. The hard should stay good for about 26 to 27 laps. Liquid Cooler overtaking Sir Oswald as Liquid Cooler corner cuts, which grants Oswald to re-overtake into the hairpin. Liquid Cooler with the better exit will stay ahead. They're side by side. Who will get the better exit and entry? Oswald sends it deep, a little too deep. Liquid Cooler with a way better exit here will pass him and keep P5. And we have the first pitter, Junior, pits, goes for the undercut. Overshoots his pit box slightly. Not great. And his teammate, Leopard, are now also pitting. Let's see if he can get it right. Pit box right here. Slightly too early, but he doesn't lose too much, as overshooting is always worst. Oswald also pitting, gets it right. Landed also gets it right. And the next pitters will be next lap, I think. Junior 20 seconds behind. He needs to gain 2 seconds to be back in the fight with Nice Death Rage. Has to hope that Nice Deathridge makes a slight mistake in the pit lane. Nice Deathridge entering pit lane now. Gets a good entry. Junior 19.9 seconds. Nice Deathridge got a decent pit stop. Braked on time. 19.4 seconds. I think Junior won't overtake, but he will get slipstream. 19 seconds now. As Nice Deathridge isn't up to speed yet.
Nope.
But he is farther in front than I thought. 1.9 seconds.
Yeah, that's too far back for Crazy to get into the slipstream.
1.6 seconds. He's almost back in that slipstream range. That one that's very important. 1.5. Can he get into it? Now approaching sector
Yes,
2.
he does.
Junior with the slightly more experienced on the medium tires. Nice Deathridge has having to get used to the new tires. Yes, underscore. But as we know, that Nice Deathridge is a lot faster through sector 2. Junior is barely hanging on. Right outside of it. Good lines. Will he be able to catch up before the main straight? Won't ground him too much as he is pretty far. Really has to hope on a good last turn. 1.6 now.
Yeah, it's a very good run by Crazy Junior. Is he gonna get a fast lap? Yes, he does.
105.5. That will, of course, give him that
a
extra point, which is always helpful. Let's see if
Yeah,
Nice
that is-
Deathridge on his own can do that as well. Improve on this lap. And Leoparder now in P5 with a purple sector 3. 13 seconds behind the leaders. He has stopped. He's only 4 seconds behind Liquid Cooler on those older, harder tires. He needs to gain 8 seconds total to catch up to Collab, who is on old hards as well. Nice Deathridge, green in sector 1 and purple in sector 2. Will he be able to retake that fast lap as Francisco goes into the pits?
Yeah, looks like they're actually fastest laps here. Crazy and Nice Deathridge. As Deathridge, he's gonna go through the final corners. He's gonna get a good run. Oh no!
Oh, and it's Nice Deathridge into the wall, and Junior's into the lead of the race.
Oh my goodness! Yeah, I think he's
what happened there? That
Yeah,
spoils Nice Deathridge his chance of getting the fastest lap. He gets a few more attempts before his tires drop down too much. He will get slipstream, but I don't think he will be able to get it this lap, as he had a really bad speed on that main straight now. Junior now right in the fight for that first position with 1 lap older mediums. Francisco right in front.
Yeah, Francisco, he's going to.
Francisco holds both of them up a little bit. Right behind.
Yeah, he could get a penalty for that.
He has let Nice Deathridge through now. Nice Deathridge 5 tenths behind. They both have to keep it clean from now on if they want to win it. 4 tenths behind 2 green sectors. Will it be able to get the fastest lap anyways? Sends it really deep on that last corner. Gets a bit of a worse exit. But does get the slipstream. Will he go fastest lap? No, he will not. 3 tenths behind.
Yeah, Crazy going all the way close to the wall. So
we really have to look at the fight for P3 it's on, because Leoparder is only 5 seconds away from Collab and 2.8 from Liquid Cooler. Collab probably having made some sort of mistake, as he only was 5 seconds behind a little bit ago. As the fight for P6 is also still here. Choppy versus Oswald. Oswald on the medium tires and Choppy on the hards. So I think Oswald will be able to keep that 6th position here. Junior now has been overtaken by Nice Deathridge again. 1 tenth between the both of them. As I think Junior has made some sort of mistake. His engine was fading. 4 tenths now behind on the main straight.
Yeah, he had a very horrible run. true side to Dweezer, and that has cost him quite a bit of time. That cost him a couple of tenths. So
Let's look at the battle for P3 at the moment. I think Liquid Cooler has made some sort of mistake, as he was right on the tail of Collab for a second there. Now 1.7 seconds, it's a close battle, 1.8, 1.7 between the three of them. Leopardo, of course, wanting to get the podium position after he barely missed out in Lukov. 2.8 now, I think he has made some sort of mistake. Lost nearly
he did make a mistake.
1.5 seconds, yeah.
Yeah, true, turn true. I think he made a mistake. Turns 3 and 4. He went slightly wide.
Doesn't have to worry
yeah,
just yet. He still has 9 laps to overtake, which is more than enough on those new medium tires. As Nice Deathridge and Junior both are approaching lap traffic again. Mewtwo being lapped twice and Magnificent for the first time, I think. They're about 3 seconds in front of them. Junior now 5 tenths behind on Nice Deathridge. Gets a good exit on turn 3, but Nice Deathridge gets the slipstream of the back markers. Mewtwo will be blue flagged. He lets by both the leaders. Still busy with his own race though. Junior 7 tenths behind, got held up a little bit but not too much. Should be able to keep on fighting. As the battle for P11 is also close between Panda and Magnificent. The unfortunate thing is they will both get blue flagged in a lap or two, as they have the leaders right behind them. For the battle for P3 is back on. Liquid Cooler only 8 tenths behind Collab now. And the Leopard less than 2 seconds. Let's see if he will be able to overtake already, or if he goes a little off track, gets a worse exit here. And as I think Nice Deathridge has made a small mistake, as he lost a lot of time, but I think it's just because of lap traffic not moving out of the way. Junior also getting that car in front of him. 6 tenths. This of course ruins his fight for the P11 spot here. But Magnificent will also have to give up a position very soon. As I think Leopard has made another mistake. 2.5 seconds. He isn't very consistent on the medium tires, which we also saw last race for him. Liquid Cooler trying to pass on the inside of Collab. Gets the better line. Who gets the better last turn? Liquid Cooler goes a little wide. Will get the slipstream. Collab weaving to avoid the slip. Trying to break it, but Liquid Cooler is too close. Liquid Cooler gets a good exit out of turn 2 into turn 3. He will get passed for the 3rd position. Liquid Cooler has to get some speed in if he wants to stay ahead and not get passed by Leo later on in the race. Leo has 6 laps to catch up, almost 2 seconds. Leo 1.8 seconds behind now. Needs 3 tenths more to catch up in the slipstream range. As I say that he's only 1.5 seconds behind. Runs a little wide, so he will lose about 2 tenths from that. He does. And Junior and Nice Deathridge are approaching Magnificent, who is fighting for P11. I don't think you can really call it a fight, as Panda has dropped off a lot. Magnificent leaving some space for the leaders. Lets them pass easily. Leopard are now in the slipstream range of Collab. Collab losing the slipstream to Liquid Cooler a little bit. Liquid Cooler approaching a back marker. I mean, you two. Mewtwo having to let pass 3 drivers. Let's pass Liquid Cooler fairly easily. And is back to racing. Nice Death Rage weaving over the track, trying to keep Junior out of the slipstream range as they are approaching another back marker destructively. After that, I don't think they will be able to get another back marker, so it's just destructively they have to pass. Fight for P3 now. Leoparder is very close. It's only 8 tenths behind through the hairpin. He goes. He gets a very good exit. 7 tenths behind, only back straight. Gets a good launch. Catches a tenth to collab there. Gets a worse line though. Keeps it clean.
Okay, so now all your partner needs to do is that just to keep it clean and don't make any mistakes by going wide or taking corner cuts as he breaks slightly.
Destructively is being passed by both. It's now clear for the leaders who will probably not pass anyone else till the end of the race. Leoparder overtakes Colab. Colab running a little wide in that final corner.
Yeah, he took that corner car in the final corner and then went wide, and that has very much sealed his fate.
Leoparder on the mediums. Liquid Cooler runs really wide. Loses him his advantage he had. Now Leoparder is really close behind. 5 tenths. 3 tenths now as they enter the hairpin. Magnificent overtaking destructively for P10. Let's see. Will Leoparder be able to overtake? He lost a little bit. 6 tenths now. Gets a fairly good exit. Does not go too wide as there's a back marker in front of them. Leoparder 4 tenths as Colab is losing a enormous amount of time. 1 second now.
Liquid Cooler, he went wide. Went extremely wide, and that has.
Will Leoparder overtake him into turn 1? He is less than a tenth behind. Gets a really good exit out in turn 1. Liquid Cooler even a better exit. Leoparder cuts it close. They're side by side. Who will get the better hairpin here? Getting a little bit of dirty air. I think Leoparder does get past now. Leoparder still fighting. Liquid Cooler doesn't want to give up that last podium position. Valuable points. As Leoparder makes a slight corner cut there, I think. Panda now being overtaken by the both of them. As also Junior is losing it a little bit towards Nice Death Rage. Nice Death Rage around a second ahead. Junior, of course, wanting to win this race with only 2 laps left. He has to do something magical or has to hope that Nice Death Rage makes another mistake. Leopardo has 16 seconds in front of him and 1 second behind. Junior needs to hope that Nice Death Rage makes some sort of mistake, like crashing into the wall of making a really costly corner cut as he's almost losing the slipstream range actually. He also runs wide. 1.4 seconds. Nice Death Rage pushing to the limit now. Asking everything from his medium tires who are 13 laps old by now. 1.47, 1.55. Junior has lost the slipstream range and will have to battle and hope that something happens and to win. White flag now as they cross the line. Collab right behind the liquid cooler. The fight for P4 still on. 5 tenths between the two of them. Also, don't forget the fight for P10 as destructively just overtook Mac for the P10 position. P10 gives you 4 points and P11 2. So this is a doubling of their points. Magnificent with a really big dive. Gets a way worse exit there. As I think Nice Death is in sector 3 now. And he will approach the flag zone.
Yeah, as he's gonna come around the
Last corner.
final corner.
And he will keep it
Nice death rate.
clean.
Gets his hat trick of wins.
Gets his third win here in Konstantina. Junior rounding out the podium. Great result for him. Leoparder with a good strategy will take third position as Collab can't get past Liquid Cooler.
Oh,
8 tenths.
wait, hang on. Liquid Cooler just made a corner cut, but I don't think he's going to catch up that quickly.
Not good enough
but,
for him.
Yeah, and
as
Liquid Cooler is going to
Collab
finish in P4.
P5, and then it will probably be Oswald the next one to cross the line. Magnificent comes into 11th, destructively 10th, and Pan at 12th to finish the point scorers. Let's look at Oswald. He doesn't make any weird mistakes and will get P7, P6. Choppy behind him.
Good result for us. Yeah, very good result for him. Choppy's gonna get P7, and landed is going
P8.
to yeah.
And the last one to
Tucanto
finish is
Tucanto
Tia.
7-8.
Tia will get a 9th. Great result for most drivers.
Yeah, and that is round 3 completed. Yeah, so in 2 weeks' time, we are going to be going to the tempo speed, which is Gisborne, the long version. So yeah, this is gonna be very exciting.
We will be
Anyways,
back
this is your
in 2 weeks' time as we have a little break for the drivers.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we can wrap this up. This is your commentator, 29 Wolves here, and Carson Tequila signing off. Goodbye.
Thank you for watching.